Hello.
Brooke, we're live again.
We're live.
We're live. Hey, I'm Darby.
And I'm Brooke.
And this is called You've Got Questions, We've Got Answers.
Mhm.
And we are we're excited to answer all the questions, right, Brooke?
Yeah. We're ready.
All right, so we need to start Instagram. So we'll get our Instagram feed going.
Okay.
And we're here just to answer any and all questions you could possibly have about BYU-Pathway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're new around here, go ahead and put your question in the chat. We'll do our best to get those answered as quick as possible. And then we'll just sort of share some recent updates, what's going on until our first question comes in.
Yeah, it's just going to be like, what's happening in BYU? What is happening in BYU-Pathway this week, Brooke?
What is happening? We are just about done with PC 101 and 103.
Yeah, what is PC 101, Brooke?
So PC 101 is the first step toward your degree through BYU Pathway Worldwide. So we recommend that most students start with what's called Pathway Connect. It's a 21-week start, and it gives you the option to learn more about life skills, professional skills, and university skills during those first 21 weeks. And it is an awesome opportunity. You have service missionaries, you have instructors, you have a mentor. So you have this full body of folks that are just here to support you, cheer you on, and want to be there to help you with everything that you need to do. And then once you finish Pathway Connect, you can go on to BYU Idaho or Ensign College Online, which is a great opportunity to get a US-based education. And the thing that I really like about when you start with Pathway Connect is that you get an amazing tuition discount. Whatever price you're paying for Pathway Connect is the price that you pay when you go on to BYU Idaho and Ensign College Online.
Awesome. Hey, well, Brooke, we've got some questions coming in, so
Great.
we're going to pull these up. This first one comes from Chan, and Chan says, "Hi there. I just enrolled in Pathway Connect. After I finish Pathway Connect 101, 102, and 103, and after I start my bachelor's degree, will the exam be live?" So a couple of different ways we could take that. Maybe if you could give us a little more information what you mean by exam, but Brooke, you want to take a stab?
So if you're wondering, do I have to take my exams or my classes? Will my classes be live? Your classes won't be live. You'll have some recorded lectures. You'll have an opportunity to facilitate group discussions. You might be paired with a small group where you'll need to meet with folks from all over the world. So when you enter your first certificate, your BYU, Idaho, BYU, and Ensign College online programs, you're paired with students everywhere. It's anyone who is interested in achieving that same certificate. And so you have the opportunity to get to know people, which is really fun. And so it's a great experience to be able to get to know people, but your exams are scheduled. They're all online. And so there's not necessarily like a live time that you need to take an exam.
Yeah. Brooke, bring a little more energy. Brooke, so we're in our little podcast studio for the first time today, and it feels exciting. Feels a little different than normal. So our energy might be a little different. But here's how this is going to work. Here's how our lives work. You jump in, you ask Brooke and I a question. We'll put it up on the chat.
Darby forces me to answer.
And I force Brooke to answer. Hey, Brooke, we have a follow-up talking about proctored exams.
Oh, yes. So there aren't necessarily, so traditionally like a proctored exam is where you have someone who is saying, hey, here's this portion of the exam. Now we're going to move on. You have 30 minutes to do this part. You're going to move on to the next part. So there aren't proctored exams in any of the programs that I'm aware of. Now it's possible that there are some of those that I'm just not aware of. Yeah. But what I will say is that you will have timed tests. So I'm in a hybrid program right now where some of my work is online and some of my work is in person. For school, and I have time limits on some of my exams, and some are just sort of open. And so if that's what you mean, you will have some of that as well.
Yeah, and I know I'm taking a Spanish class right now, and I do have proctored exams.
Oh, very
through
nice.
BYU Idaho. Yeah. So if you do have proctored exams, they're usually open until, just like normal tests would be, until the end of the week. And so like I had a test last week and I had all week to take the test, and it was proctored. I had an hour to take it. So if you're any of
now,
your
when
courses,
you say proctored, was there someone there guiding you through the exam?
It's online software.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's called Proctorio. It's a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that it's not uncommon that they're using that software now. So if you do have proctored exams, the ones that I've had are not live, like where I have to join at a specific time. I just have within that week, and I have to join, and I have 1 hour once I start it. So,
gotcha. So it's like your webcam on. Is there
your webcam's on? It's monitoring your web activity, and so there is a very high possibility that they would have classes that had that stipulation. Nice. Okay, awesome. Okay, so
and you're working on the bachelor's degree in software development. I love that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, so just worried about time zone, right? And so the way that I've experienced it is it's just until midnight on Saturday, Mountain Standard Time. And so you have that whole time. So once I started my exam this last Saturday, I had 60 minutes.
Yep. So it's not something you can start and then come back to.
But I don't have to be live with the professor or anything like that. Okay, so if you're just joining us, I just wanted to remind everybody, my name's Darby and this is Brooke. And this is just called, you've got questions, we've got answers. Put your questions in the chat. Brooke and I will try to answer. We don't know everything. We work in marketing, and so we'll do our best. We know a lot of things. And we might instruct you to send us a direct message with some more information so a ticket can be made for you. But
we're really just here because we enjoy being with our students. And this is sort of like our online student center, because we, our social media accounts are really that, because we don't have a physical gathering spot for students. And so we love this, connection point. So if you're joining us, tell us where you're joining from. What are you studying? What questions can we answer for you? We will do our best to get those answered.
One last question about the proctored exam. So I don't know, Chan, if you don't have a webcam installed, that's probably something you're going to need to talk to your professor about. Because if you did have a proctored exam, they would need to see you. And so if that is something that happens during your coursework, I would definitely talk to your professor right when class starts and address the issue and see what kind of solutions you can come up with together. But I don't know, on mine, it does make me show my face so that it knows that I'm not cheating.
It's really you.
It really is me. And it looks at what's happening on my screen. I have to shut down all my windows.
Wow. Okay. All of your tabs have to be closed?
Every tab has to be.
Oh, that's trouble for Darby.
Nightmare.
Darby lives in open tabs.
Oh,
mine feel excessive. I have 15. She has 45.
I had 55 on Saturday, and it was like, you need to shut down all of these. I might have cried a little bit. Okay, we have a question that says, hey, I served a mission 2 years ago. Can I still join? Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
We've got great news.
Okay, we've got great news. So Brooke, tell them about anyone can join.
Yeah.
First off, but if you're talking specifically about the missionary tuition discount,
yes.
Take it away.
So Harold, great news. We have a recently returned missionary tuition discount. It's 25% off, and it's good for 5 years from the day you come home. So it sounds like you got home about 2 years ago. So this tuition discount is good for the next 3 years. And that will apply during Pathway Connect and when you go on to BYU, Idaho, or Ensign College. It is available through BYU-Pathway. So long as you are being serviced by us, you're going to receive this 25% tuition discount. The other thing that's really cool about this is the tuition discount will pair with the Heber J. Grant tuition discount. And so if you're unfamiliar,
it's the best.
It is a tuition discount available for all students, and it's 10, 25, or 50% off. And this tuition discount is good for about 2 years. Then we have you re-up just to make sure that.
Can you explain what re-up is, Brooke?
Yes. You'll have to fill out the form again. You'll have to go through the module. So what happens is after you enroll, but before you pay your tuition is when I recommend students do this. You're going to learn a little bit about the life of President Heber J. Grant, who is the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You're going to learn about his life, and then you are going to answer some questions about your life. And so it's a needs-based scholarship. So it's 10, 25, or 50% off, but everyone gets at least 10% off for completing it. So Harold, you as a recently returned missionary are guaranteed at least 35% off if you do the Heber J. Grant tuition discount module. That's a mouthful, but we are so excited for you to come and join BYU Pathway. So you're going to go to BYUpathway.edu, and in the upper right-hand corner, there is going to be a button that says apply for free. That will take you to our admissions page. And while there, you can learn a little bit more about BYU Pathway and get information about signing up. So we would love to help you. If you have additional questions, send us a direct message, drop another one in the chat. We are just here to help.
We are here to help. I love it. We have a ton of questions from Instagram, Brooke, that I want to get to
them.
And I'm just going to review real quick. If you're just joining us, Brooke and I are going to stay live for another 20 minutes. And then Brooke has to go to a meeting.
I know. I wish I could stay here all day and do this with you guys.
But now that we have a studio, we're going to be doing this a lot.
Yep.
Okay. So we answered Harold's questions about the mission. Okay. So Sergio says, I finished BYU Pathway about 3 years ago, maybe 4, and, started BYU Idaho online, never completed it. now I would love to study on campus. So like we get this question a lot about campus. So first, let's talk about the purpose of BYU Pathway, and then like if somebody feels really strongly about studying on campus, what should they do?
Yeah, so BYU Pathway Worldwide is really designed to help people study exactly where they are and fit school into their life. So BYU Pathway in general is not designed to get folks to a campus. And so if you are interested in becoming a campus student, you'll need to work with that university. So whether that's BYU, BYU Idaho, BYU Hawaii, you'll want to work.
College.
Keep going, can't help myself, all the examples. You will need to work with them individually on what it means to transfer and become a campus student. So my recommendation is to go to that university's website so that they can help you through the process.
Awesome. Okay.
But if you want to come back to BYU Pathway and study online, we'd love to have you.
We would love to have you. Okay, so I have kind of a two-parter question here, Brooke. Okay, so here's the first part. Hey, how are you?
We're great. How are you?
We are great. I enrolled in BYU Pathway. I finished it and joined BYU Idaho. Then I took a break after finishing some classes. Then when I came back and I joined, okay, sorry, there's three parts. As I've been registering for other classes, it brings back the classes that I've already taken. Okay, we've heard this before.
Okay.
And I quit because no one was able to help me. Okay. We have heard this problem before.
Yeah. So one of the things that's happened is with the degree planner, there's been a bug where it doesn't always show all of the classes that someone's already taken. So please send us a direct message. If you have your student ID information, we can escalate that to folks to try to figure out what's going on. We would love to help you come back. Classes start again in April. So send us a direct message with your student ID information. And if you can just sort of summarize this issue, we have team members standing by that are answering questions in chat, and they'll be able to escalate that for us.
By the way, Brooke lived in Texas in the United States for a while, and she used words like folks and y'all. So Brooke, what does folks mean?
People.
All. So she means send us a direct message and we'll have some of our colleagues.
Yes, some of our team members will help.
They'll help you out. But we have seen this problem before, so don't be discouraged. And that's really one of the reasons Brooke and I do these lives is because we do see a lot of this, like kind of like the same questions that people get stuck on. And we thought, well, we know the answers. Let's jump on and just help. Okay.
And in that vein, if you have someone that you love that you think BYU Pathway would be a great fit for, or if they've got questions, send them a link, share this with them. This is going to be recorded and will live on Facebook and YouTube after this is over. So please just share the stream with them. We want to help as many people as possible.
Awesome. Okay. I know we are short on time, so I'm going to try to go a little faster here and answer all of the questions that are up. Hey, how can we better choose our classes for the next semester? I'm through Ensign now and I feel as though I don't really get to choose. There's not a lot of agency and it doesn't have a degree planner like BYU has. Am I kind of missing something?
So one of the things that we're working towards is more of a prescribed curriculum. So if you are working on a certain certificate or you have an end goal to get a certain bachelor's degree, it's going to be, hey, here's the process. You take these classes first semester, these classes second semester, so on and so forth, so that we help you graduate in with as fast as possible, basically.
Yeah, what happens is sometimes you end up taking too many classes that you didn't need to take. I had that issue.
Oh.
There's a couple that I really didn't need to take. And that's fine, but the goal is really to kind of help people progress as quickly as possible. And so that's like the background of why that is that way.
And we want to be cognizant. A lot of our students are working professionals. They have families. They've got a lot going on. So we don't want to have folks take classes unnecessarily.
Folks meaning people.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like it's more broadly used outside of Utah.
Okay. Well, I'm just making sure.
Have you ever heard the word folks? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. Brooke says lots of things. Hey, I'm from Brazil.
Awesome.
And I'm going to start BYU Pathway online. I need to take some religions classes. I did 4 years of institute. Can I use those credits?
Great question. So if you took those institute classes for credit, so meaning you turned in papers, you took exams, you were really engaged and received college credit for institute, yes, you can transfer those credits. Now, if you just took institute and sort of came and actively participated and learned a lot, awesome. That's really what institute is designed to do. But when you take a religion class for college credit, there's usually a next level of things that need to happen. You need to take exams, you're sort of tested on the material. And so if you didn't do that as part of your institute experience, you likely did not receive college credit for them and will need to take additional religion classes as part of your degree.
Perfect. Okay. I know we only have a few more minutes with Brooke. We're going to try to go as quickly as possible. Okay. So the next question, how do I join?
Great. You're going to go to BYU-Pathway.edu. In the upper right-hand corner, there is going to be a button that says apply for free. That will take you to our admissions page. You'll be able to learn a little bit more about BYU Pathway. You'll be able to start an application. And it's a great opportunity. So once you start that application, you will have to have a church account. So you don't have to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In most countries, there are a few in the Middle East where that is a requirement of law. But you'll start a church account if you don't already have one. It's free. It's essentially a single sign-on pathway. And so you will create that free church account. If English is your native language, it'll take about 15 minutes to go through the application. It's fairly quick. If English is not your native language, you will take a free English language assessment as part of the application. And part of the reason why we do that is to make sure that you have the skill set to succeed in university level English. We want you to have a great experience. So we test your English along the way.
Perfect. Okay. Just want to ask, is the BYU Idaho certification for the bachelor's degree, can it be used worldwide? So let's talk a little bit about accreditation for a minute.
Love it. So the degrees that you are receiving are US accredited. And by and large, most organizations, most companies and countries around the world will recognize a US-based certificate or degree. There are some places where you might have to get local accreditation, but BYU, Idaho, and Ensign College's certificates and degrees are US accredited. So, and that will be part of it. They have really great reputations around the world. And so when people see that you've received a certificate or a degree from either of those institutions, it's often very favorably looked at.
Awesome. Okay, we have two questions specifically about institute. I'm going to hit the first one here. Hey, it says, did we already do this one? Okay, so the other one talked about, they said, I teach, I'll find it real quick. I teach early morning seminary. Do I still need to take?
Yes. So if I see it, so if I take early morning seminary, am I still required to take institute? Yes. So institute is really, I mean, I taught seminary when I lived in Texas.
You did?
I did. It was great. It was a state calling for me. And we actually did it in the evening. And it was awesome because it's so hot in Texas that a lot of times kids' sports are in the morning before school and not after school.
That is nice.
So we did an evening seminary class in my stake. But it is still required to take institute classes.
Next question says, can I transfer my previous college credits to BYU Pathway? The answer is yes. How do they do that, Brooke?
So after you finish Pathway Connect, when you go to enroll in BYU Idaho Ensign College online, you are going to submit your transfer credits. There's also a website on BYU Pathway's website. So it's byupathway.edu/admission/transfer-credits. You can get an unofficial evaluation. So if you're wondering, hey, how many of these credits are going to actually transfer? What is this going to mean? You can go ahead and visit that website to do it.
Awesome. Okay. We have a couple of questions about trying to reach a live person. So I'm going to pull up one and then there's another one. So what do you kind of say to people who are like, I need to talk to somebody? What can they do? Where can they go find help, Brooke?
Love it. So you can actually go to byupathway.org/APPT and you can book an appointment with an enrollment counselor. So again, it's byupathway.org/APPT.
There it is.
And you can book an appointment with an enrollment counselor. You can also send us a direct message. We don't offer live conversations, but we have folks that are monitoring our direct messages sort of around the clock. So you can send us a direct message on social media and we'll do our best to get answers to you.
Now, what if if somebody's a current student?
So if you're a current student, you have a mentor. And we like to call that your academic bestie. They are someone that is there to help answer questions, support you through it. And if you are having concerns with your mentor, they haven't reached out to you, in the student portal, you can actually submit a complaint or an issue. We want to make sure that the mentors that we have are really taking their job seriously, that they're there to support you, to answer your questions, to work through issues. They can also submit a ticket on your behalf if there's a support issue.
Okay. And I know we only have 10 minutes left, Brooke, so I'm going to try to burn through a few of these. How do you resolve an Institute Online if Institute Online isn't showing up after you registered as a returning student? Do you know if people are having problems registering?
I have not heard of that yet. Seth, can you send us that in a direct message so we can take it offline and get some answers for you?
Okay. We do not sponsor visas. I will answer that really quickly. I'm sorry. Let's talk about 3-year bachelor's degree. I know we have some things coming up, so maybe we can point people in that direction.
Yeah.
There's a couple of questions about 3-year degree.
Love it. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a couple of webinars that are dedicated specifically to answering questions regarding the 3-year degree. What is it? Is it the right path for me? What should I be doing? So the 3-year degree, Oscar, is really an opportunity for students to finish their degrees faster. And for less money, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we were able to work with the U.S. accrediting bodies and to work out a system where students no longer have to take electives online. And so you're going to be able to graduate with 90 to 96 credits instead of 120. So that takes away, 30 credits, and you'll be able to finish a lot faster. Most people who are in a campus environment will take about 12 to 18 credits a semester. So doing, making it so that there's 15 less or 30 less credits to take shaves off a year. And so we recommend that students take 2 classes per block in order to finish in 3 years. And it is a great opportunity. We've been piloting block classes and have seen really great results. So we're excited. So anyone who joins BYU Pathway now will do that 3-year bachelor degree. So there's no longer have requirements of electives, which is incredible.
Okay. We're going to try to get through as many of these as we can. Hey, I'm currently enrolled. If I need to stop now, can I reapply for 102 or do I have to go back?
Yeah. So if you have finished 101, when it's time to come back for 102, and you're satisfied with your grade in 101, you'll be able to pick back up at 102.
Okay. Someone says, I just have no money to come to your country. Well, the really cool thing about BYU Pathway is it is where you take it wherever you're at.
Yeah.
And the tuition is based on where you live, which is really amazing.
So, and you can go to BYUpathway.edu/tuition to see what it costs in your home country. And Darby and I talked a little bit about this earlier, but we do have scholarships available for all students. So if you are a recently returned missionary, so if you've returned in the last 5 years, you qualify for the recently returned missionary tuition discount. And then you also would qualify for the Heber J. Grant tuition discount. It's a needs-based tuition discount of 10, 25, or 50% off.
Awesome. Okay. So we answered about the 3-year degree.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go ahead and jump ahead. Talking to a person, if you are learning about BYU Pathway and you want to make an appointment, where do they go, Brooke?
At BYUpathway.org/APPT.
.edu.
No,
.org. For that
the booking site has not been updated.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a current student, you need to talk to your mentor.
Yep.
Okay. So someone's asking, or Chan's asking about, hey, if I took some other courses, maybe not college courses, Google IT support, can I claim those as credit? What is kind of the
yeah, not today. So that's something that I think folks are exploring. I know some universities will accept experience or outside credentials, but right now that's not something that we accept. So it's just credits earned through through a university or through BYU Idaho Ensign College Online.
Perfect. Okay, this next question says, do these credits from like Pathway Connect 103 automatically transfer or do I have to do something?
Nope, they will automatically transfer as part of your application to BYU Idaho Ensign College Online. Okay,
we have a question. I've never seen this question before. Somebody Chan's asking, like, do I go and get it certified at like the U.S. Embassy? I don't have any idea. I've never.
Yeah. So you don't have to do that. It's already certified. So you will receive, after you graduate, in the mail, you'll get a physical copy of your diploma. And then shortly after classes end, the diploma will be available in your student portal for download.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. A couple more questions here, Brooke. How's it going to change from the 4-year degree to the 3-year degree?
Yeah. So the biggest change is eliminating electives. So you're still going to take your core classes, general education, and religion classes as part of your degree experience. But what we found is so great is that when we've talked with different employers, they're excited about the 3-year degree. It's a great opportunity for students to be able to finish faster, to be able to have less university debt, and to be able to really move forward quickly. And it's a bachelor's degree. It's not like it's like, oh, it's less than. It is a true bachelor's degree. And so you're going to be able to go to graduate school afterwards if that's something you're interested in.
That's awesome. Okay, we have 2 questions specifically about becoming a mentor, Brooke. So if somebody's interested in that, what direction do we send them?
Yeah. So our hiring partner for mentors is Bloom. So you'll go to hirebloom.co. And that's where you can go to find more information about becoming a mentor.
And there is the URL. Awesome. Okay, so I think that we might have gotten through all of our questions. I'm going to check real quick. So we do have an internship question, Brooke, that I want to pull up, and I think this is the last one that we're going to have time to do. Well, actually, there's this one right here. And change. I'm not sure on that question. I'm going to pull up this other one.
But BYU Pathway Worldwide is awesome. So we have classes that start every January, April, and September. And we are here to help people finish their degree online, start their degree online at a really great price.
So I think this question is asking, like, do I start online and then move like in person?
Yeah. So BYU Pathway is all online. It is all designed to help people start or finish a university degree exactly where they live. There's no moves necessary. If you are interested in becoming a campus student, you'll need to work with that university about what the requirements are to be a campus student.
Awesome. Okay. So we answered our mentor questions, and let me see. Okay, one last question here, Brooke, while we have 1 minute left. How do we learn if we can start a degree on the advanced path?
Awesome. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the advanced path, that skips Pathway Connect and goes directly into BYU Idaho or Ensign College Online. There's pros and cons to both. So a couple things to point out. If you go with the advanced path or being admitted directly to BYU Idaho or Ensign College, it is $139 a credit.
And that doesn't matter where you live, right,
Nope.
Brooke? That's just the cost.
That's just the cost. Okay. So in contrast, if you start with Pathway Connect, here in the United States, it's $81 a credit, and that price goes with you when you move on to BYU Idaho and Ensign College. So there is a significant cost difference when you choose to skip Pathway Connect. Now, that might be the right option for you and the best option for you. So if you already have a high school diploma, maybe you already have some college credit, maybe money isn't an issue, or you're just interested in finishing faster, that's perfectly fine. So you're just going to go to byupathway.edu/admissions, and you can learn more about the advanced path. Internationally, we recommend that everyone start with Pathway Connect.
Awesome. Okay. I know that we really have like literally 1 minute left, but there were two last questions that I wanted to pull up, Brooke.
Yeah.
This is the first one, and then I'll pull the second one up. So this one just says, what about internships?
Yeah. So we have a career development team that is working to find employment opportunities for students for remote jobs. So BYU Pathway is not designed to get folks here to the United States, but there will be opportunities for you to work for US-based organizations.
Okay. And this last question says, do I need to take Institute if I'm over 30?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's why you want to take Institute during Pathway Connect. It's free credits.
Yeah. So in order to graduate from a church school, you do have to have a certain number of religion classes, which equals to about one a semester throughout your whole degree. And so if you take it while you are a student, you get free credits.
Yeah, during Pathway Connect.
Yes, during Pathway Connect.
Mm-hmm. And there's an over 30 institute. So if Miguel, if you're worried or like, I don't want to go to institute with the young kids, you can do it online with other students that are 31 and over.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for our live. We'll be back for more. These are one of our most favorite things to do. And we're going to go ahead and end our live. We'll see you later.
Thanks so much for joining.